So, soy boy, pathetic bitch boy, Sean Strickland, overrated ass, irrelevant Sean Strickland, recently just tweeted out after Khamzat Chimaev dominated his father, Dricus du Plessis, for 5 rounds. Did in one fight over 25 minutes what Sean couldn't do over 50 minutes in 10 rounds with the same guy. Sean Strickland tweets out, I'm probably the only one in the UFC that can out-grapple that little whore for 5 rounds. Looks like I gotta stack up some W's to fight the little bitch, LMAO. And then one fan, Ric Flair, replied, you are fucking, I don't want to get demonetized, but you're R-worded if you believe that. I mean, just this being on the screen might get me demonetized. And he says, you understand that I've done it on many occasions, LOL. On every occasion. Really? Okay, that's funny. Let's take a look back at his interview with the Schmo, alright? Not this one. Right here, the Schmo asks him what it was like training with Khamzat Chimaev in 2022. And what did Sean say? Because what he said in this interview contradicts what he says in this tweet. Sean Strickland is lying out his teeth. This is what he had to say. Listen to this.
Schmo saw you two going at it. You were paired together during the grappling and obviously the striking.
I don't know. What'd you think?
Well, I thought he was good competition.
Yeah, what did you think, though?
Well, I thought you both learned from
He
each other.
thought he kicked your ass.
Well, I think you held your own standing, but on the ground, he does what he does.
Did he fuck me up on the ground? I want your honest opinion. Tell me.
He made you tap a couple of times. The Schmo saw it, but do you want the world to know this stuff or what?
You can tell the world. Listen, guys, jiu-jitsu, I do the fucking man game, the fucking man dance.
Yeah, you do the jab and teep dance, the play it safe dance.
Put my cock in your face or give you an aggressive hug. I'm trying to do the fucking man dance. Now, that being said, if Pereira hits me, I'm going to take him down and fucking dry hump him for fucking 15 minutes.
Yeah, he gave you a nice little nap, didn't he?
To get the hand raised.
Gotta do, yes.
What's your key takeaway for all the Sean Strickland?
Okay, so there we go. He literally admitted that he got out-grappled by Khamzat Chimaev. He doesn't like grappling. He doesn't like to do jiu-jitsu. I mean, I think Bisping said Sean is underrated on the ground. He's rolled with him. So I'm not denying that Sean has a good ground game, but we know, and he knows, his ground game is nowhere near the level of Khamzat. And he literally admits to being schooled every time they spar grappling. The Schmo will tell you that Sean Strickland held his own on the feet in boxing rounds. Let's be real, Sean won boxing rounds. Every occasion he beat Khamzat in boxing rounds. But grappling rounds, Khamzat tapped him every time. And let's look at another video with Sean Strickland. He's groveling at the feet of Khamzat Chimaev. He'll talk shit about him on Twitter and in interviews, but he'll never talk shit to his face because he's a pussy, like he is in the octagon. But let's listen to what he has to say.
A little bit, yeah. Be nice. Gummers up. Understand, you're better than everybody.
Including you.
Don't hurt people.
He's better than you. See, look at this. He's begging Khamzat to take it easy on all of his sparring partners at Extreme Couture, including him. Because you're too good. Be nice. You're too good for everyone here, including me. So, does that add up with this tweet that he's out-grappled him on several occasions? Does that add up to these lies? Like, what? And he's like, I'm telling you, man, when he was in the gym, I would out-wrestle him. He would have solid 4 minutes of dry humping my legs, then utterly break, LOL. Really, Sean Strickland? Really? I'm pretty sure he tapped you out really quickly. And also, he spent 25 straight minutes taking down your daddy, Dricus du Plessis, your owner, Dricus du Plessis. Didn't break a sweat, only normally, humanly tired out in the 5th round. But for a solid 20 minutes, did he gas, break, or quit? Or did he just keep doing what he did in the 1st round from the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th? And if he could do that to du Plessis, why can't he do that to you? And I know Sean Strickland's lying about this. He got dominated in the grappling from every step of the way, and he never out-wrestled Khamzat. He would never dare to shoot a takedown on Khamzat Chimaev in the octagon if they fought. He would not dare to try to grab the legs because he knows he'll get fucked up. He knows he'll get his neck wrapped up. He knows he'll get choked out. He knows it will end in an absolute disaster. What he's going to try to do against Khamzat is pitter patter, jab, teep, and run, and not actually fight. That's what he's gonna look to do. And it's just so funny that this guy is talking so much shit when he's literally 0-2 to Dricus du Plessis. Split decision, wouldn't stop bitching and moaning about that fight for an entire year. Split decisions, Paulo Costa. I mean, he clearly won, but it was so boring. I don't even care to defend that win. And then he doesn't even deserve the rematch with du Plessis. Like, UFC 312 should have been headlined by du Plessis versus Khamzat, not du Plessis Strickland 2. But du Plessis inserted his name in the mix by constantly bitching and moaning, got what he wanted, got 50-45 by Dricus du Plessis, which is Daddy du Plessis to you, Sean Strickland. Made you cry and then beat you in the octagon. Literally, 50-45, and you got your nose shattered and you refused to fight. Refused to fight for 5 rounds. When your coach begged you, come on, Sean, you gotta fight. You gotta do something other than jab and teep. You gotta take chances, and you didn't listen. And hey, you couldn't really grapple with du Plessis, because I remember in the first fight, he took you down 3 times, 4 times. You tried to take him down once and couldn't, or like got reversed. Like, dude, come on. You ain't that guy when it comes to offensive grappling. You try to take down Jared Cannonier. Jared Cannonier stopped your takedown. And this guy is literally, he's 1-3 against world champions, okay? Or actually, no. I think he's 1-2, I believe, because, okay, he lost to Pereira. Well, he lost to du Plessis twice. So technically, I will say he is 1-3. 1 loss to Pereira and 2 losses to Dricus. And then his only win over a world champion was Israel Adesanya, which, fair play, Izzy is a good win, but let's be real. That is literally his only credible win of his career. That is his only credible win. Maybe Costa's an okay win, but Adesanya, who literally was drinking like weeks out from the fight, barely trained for that fight, didn't take you seriously, and is past his prime now. I mean, you literally beat the worst version of Adesanya we've seen in years. So, I mean, hey, it's a good win, but I don't think you're doing that to prime Adesanya. And that is literally your one claim to fame. You failed to beat Dricus on 2 occasions. You got slept by Poatan, and you won't beat Khamzat Chimaev, and you will never be champion again. You are a one-hit wonder. You are the Buster Douglas of MMA. And let me look at this resume. Okay, and he also lost to Usman. So he's 1-4 against world champions. 1-4 against world champions. Sean Strickland, you are not a championship level fighter, and you never were. You were never that guy. I don't care if you beat Adesanya. I'm not saying it was a fluke, but that's like your only good win. You beat Izzy on the downslope of his career. He beat Pereira prior, but prior to beating Pereira, he had already lost to Pereira. And before that, his performances were getting pretty stale. Izzy was already getting figured out, and then he got his aura of invincibility shattered by Pereira. And then he beat him in the second fight, but was losing before the KO. Many people see that KO as kind of like a luck out. Like, he got kind of lucky against Poatan. And maybe Poatan would have won if he didn't get greedy and chase the KO. But yeah, Adesanya's been declining going into this fight when Sean beat him. So honestly, it's really not that impressive. It's really not that impressive. And beating Izzy doesn't really say much about Sean Strickland. But it's so funny because Sean he's so salty. He's so salty. I mean, he literally picked his daddy to win this fight, because of course a lot of fighters will typically go for their owners. Whenever a fighter loses to someone, they'll always pick the guy that beat them to make themselves look good. And this is what he had to say.
So I keep being asked about my predictions. I'll give it to you, man. I think that Dricus is going to break in 5th round. The only thing is, when you train with these guys, man, when you train with these Chechens for 1 round, dude, it is like you're wrestling a parasite. Like, they go full send. Now, I've been training with these guys for so long that, like, I kind of know how to do it, and I'm not really too threatened by it. But I just don't know if Dricus is experienced training with these guys like I have. But, man, I think what people overlook, though, and I think this is where this fight's going to come down to, who's a bigger man? In my opinion, man, Chimaev's a weak man. I know he's made his entire career about being this big, scary boogeyman. But
Which he
you look
is,
at
and
his
you're not.
history, every time he's had a tough fight with a welterweight, there's always some fucking excuse. You know, I broke my hand. It's fucking.
He did break his hand against
Usman. The
Usman.
reason why I look like this is because this. Like, no, dude, it's because you got tested.
He won the third against Burns and didn't gas.
Big, scary of a man. And you know, even like COVID, dude. Like the guy retired during COVID.
And came back stronger and won the belt.
It happened in our gym. Trained with me. Walked out of the gym. The whole gym seen it. And I think it just it goes to show you that he's a weak man. And I'll give you an example. Like, you could remove my lung, you could, whatever the fuck it takes. I'm going to stay in there and fight.
Bullshit.
The fact of the matter is, Ali had to call you.
You'll fight not to lose. You'll fight to not get finished. You got your nose broken, and you continue to not fight.
There's one time I made a joke about Chechnya, and it wasn't a bad joke. He just kind of took it the wrong way. So he sends a group message, a chat. He starts talking shit to me and threatening me. And
he would kill you if you wanted to.
I actually kicked Chris Curtis out of the chat because he's trying to de-escalate it. I was like, you know what? So I sent him a message. I'm like, listen, you misunderstood, dude. But you said some shit. I will see you at 3 o'clock. Show up.
You did not say that.
His
You
next
did not
message
say
was,
that.
well, no, brother. I misunderstood. It's okay. And I think where this fight really plays out is who's a bigger fucking man. And I just think Dreykus is going to fucking break him. So I keep...
Woo, that's the best joke I've ever heard in my life. It's so funny because we saw how that fight played out. Dricus du Plessis actually almost did break him in the 5th round, to be fair, but that's Goddard's fault. But even in that round where you could argue that maybe Dricus was starting to come back, or you could even argue the 5th round was for DDP, Khamzat still had so much control time on the ground, was still taking him down. And even when he got his back taken, he escaped and finished the fight from top position. And literally did what he does in round 1 every single round and never broke, never quit. Du Plessis was not able to make Khamzat quit in the octagon. He was not able to break him like Sean Strickland predicted. Sean, you missed by so much. Now, du Plessis is a big man. Like, at heart, Dricus du Plessis is a dog, and that's why I respect him. Because du Plessis never quit. He kept fighting, kept getting off the stool, smiling. Okay? Du Plessis was in it to win it till the very end, and that's what I'll respect about Dricus. Because when Dricus is losing a fight, he doesn't fight to not get finished or to not lose. He fights to win with every last breath. Something I can't say about you. If that was you in there getting bitched by Chimaev, you would have quit like 2 rounds into the fight. You would not make it to the final bell. You would not finish the fight on the back of Khamzat Chimaev. Let's just put it that way, okay? When you were losing to du Plessis, you accepted defeat. You didn't even try to win that fight. You ain't no big man on the inside. Let's just put it that way. You put on this persona of I'm this big tough guy. I have this just bleed mentality. But when it's actually time, you're one of the most boring fighters in the UFC history, and nobody wants to watch you fight. Nobody cares about you. You're irrelevant. You're irrelevant. You only have one good win in your career. One good win in your career. Khamzat Chimaev has beaten more former champs than you ever have, okay? He's beaten Whitaker, he's beaten Usman, du Plessis. What world champs have you beat other than Adesanya? Other than Adesanya, who else did you beat who is that good? Every other good opponent you faced, you freaking lost to. And here you are talking shit to Khamzat. You cannot step to Khamzat Chimaev, and I guarantee you, you never told him to pull up to the gym. You don't have balls like that. You ain't confident like that. You ain't confident like that. Let's just put it that way. And then what else was I gonna say? Okay, I have a prediction about the rest of the career of Sean Strickland. I predict he's going to win his next fight. He'll probably fight Izzy again. I freaking hate to say it. He'll probably win again just because Adesanya's not in his prime anymore. You know, Adesanya's on a losing streak, so he'll get another uncredible win over the same man. No one's going to give him that much credit because we know Izzy's done. And then off of one win against Adesanya, he's going to start demanding for a title shot against Khamzat. Which honestly, will he call out Khamzat? Because I feel like he's only shit-talking him to stay relevant. He's only talking about out-grappling him to stay relevant and just for attention. Because I don't really know if he actually has the balls to step in the octagon with Khamzat Chimaev. I don't know if he really does, but let's just say hypothetically, he does have the balls to fight Khamzat. He'll beat Izzy or he'll beat whoever they put in front of him next. He won't take another fight. He'll take the Colby Covington route, wait out a whole year if he has to. Then he'll fight Khamzat. Then he'll lose to Khamzat and get embarrassed and smoked. Then he'll win his next fight after that, then lose the next one. So I think the rest of Strickland's career is going to be like win-loss, 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 and then a losing streak, and then retire. I don't think Sean Strickland is ever going to consistently win more than one fight in a row for the rest of his career because he's just that ass and he's just not that good. But yeah, Sean Strickland, you can STFU, keep crying, keep coping. Khamzat Chimaev is the better man, and he beat the guy who beat you twice, who's better than you. But that's all I got to say. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.